More than likely, if you're cleaning out your garage, you've stumbled across a few items that you're not really sure how to dispose of. Well, here's a couple of things that you need to know when you're cleaning out any of your garage and any of the harmful things that are in it. Okay, let's first talk about how do you decipher if something needs to go, if it's expired, or if you can keep it a little bit longer. First sign is obviously check the expiration date. If there's no expiration date on the packaging, then you want to go ahead and look for some warning signs. If you take a look at the label on some of your bottles, especially your plastic containers, this is where it's really going to show, is if it looks faded or it looks stained. It'll almost look as if something has spilt on the exterior of the bottle. Nothing's probably spilt on it. What's happened is that the chemicals actually seep through the plastic. That's a warning sign to you that it's no longer good. So you need to go ahead and get rid of those. Now, you can't just throw out things like pesticides. You need to make sure that the bottle is empty. If the bottle is empty, you can throw it in your regular trash can, but it cannot be recycled. Those containers are not recyclable once they've had those toxic chemicals in them. Now, if you've still got some pesticide in there and you need to get rid of, you can take it to a hazardous waste site. Now, when it comes to paint, you can determine whether or not your paint is still good. And there's usually a rule of thumb. Oil paint is good for up to 15 years, and latex paint is good for just under 10 years. You can go ahead and throw your regular latex paint out at the curb if it is dried out. Now, in order to dry out your paint cans, all you're going to do is lift open your lid and let it dry out. Now, if you've got more than half a gallon, that trick's not going to work, so try mixing a little bit of kitty litter in with it, and that'll actually help to dry the paint out. Now, your oil-based paint, you actually have to take those to a hazardous waste site, and not your regular landfill. It actually has to go to a hazardous waste site. Your spray paint cans, if those cans are empty, they can go ahead and go out in your regular trash cans, but do yourself a favor and call your local county officials and see if you are allowed to recycle your aerosol cans. If they have an aerosol recycling program, then that's great. Another thing that you can recycle is the batteries. You know, the batteries that you've got from drills and other hand tools that aren't good anymore? No problem. You can actually take these to most of your big box stores, your home centers, and they will recycle them for you. Another great tip, any kind of automotive fluids that you may have, maybe it's motor oil or antifreeze, you can actually take those to recycling automotive centers too. So, hope this has made cleanup around your house a little bit easier.